need a little bit more work to our migrations, because in post we have the user ID, which we don't want anymore. All right, we don't need the user ID here in post because we are going to be using polymorphic relations. So I'm gonna comment this out. I'm gonna roll back all my migration, or do migration refresh. Okay, I'm gonna be putting some data there. You won't see me because I'm gonna pause the video. I don't want you to see me writing all that data. All right, but just to give an idea, I'm gonna be putting, and I want you to do the same thing. All right, let's go to Laravel CMS. I'm gonna be putting a photo path. This one I'm gonna leave for last because I want you to see me doing it. But I'm gonna insert one or two posts. I'm gonna do some roles. I'm gonna do the role user and the user and one or two users. All right. So if you want to go ahead and insert that data, you can, and I'll see you like in 1 second. So I just finished inputting some information. I put countries, DR and PR, and I also placed two posts. I did some roles. I related this user ID 1 with role ID 1, which is administrator, and the user number 2 with the role ID number 2, which is a subscriber. As you can see, we got two users here. Okay, so I just put some information in photos. I wanted to do it with you, so I'm gonna put the first photo that I'm going to relate is going to be my picture, right? Edwin JPG. The image ID is going to be the user ID for that specific photo, right? For that table, users. So it's number 1, we know that. And the image type is the address, the namespace, the model right there. All right. For this one, it's going to be a post. So I'm going to say something like image, or I don't know, Laravel JPG. And the image ID is going to be number 2. I mean, actually could be number 1. It's going to be in a totally different area. And the image type is going to be app post. All right, so it's going to be post with an ID of 1, right? Cool. All right. So now we have some data here. And one thing that we need to do is that we need to double check that the user doesn't have a user ID field here at the post. No user ID. All right, cool. All right, so now that we have this, we need to set the relationship, all right, the polymorphic relationships. Let's look at the model real quick. And I'm pretty sure we haven't done that yet. So photo, there we go. All right, so public function, and this is going to be called image able. I'm following convention from the documentation in the Laravel.com website, which I will always give you some type of link at the end of each section of lectures, so that way you can refer back to the documentation and find some more information about them. All right, cool. So this one here, we're gonna do this return this morph to. All right, so that's the first one. Now we got to set the other tables, because this is the main table. Now for this, if we want photos out of here, we need to create a method called photos, right? Public function photos, and you can name this whatever you want. So I'm gonna pull out the photo from here. So I'm gonna say return this morph I'm trying to remember, morph many. This is fine. And then here we're gonna morph what? The photo. And then image able. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. And now we do the same thing to the rest, to the users table model. Right there, to the user model. Beautiful. All right. I actually already had it there. Sorry about that, guys. Right here. All right. I was doing a lecture and I had some issues with my computer and I had to redo the lecture. So that's why I was there. Okay. But anyway, so that's there. What else we need? That's about it. Now we can start pulling out information from this model. So let's go back to the routes and let's create a little comment here. And we're going to say, let's see if we can spell it correctly. Polymorphic relations. There we go. I think we spelled it correct. We spelled it correctly. Let's pull out a photo. Let's see. Let's pull out a user's photo, right? So let's first grab the user. So user, find user number 1. Okay. And now we're going to go and create a for each loop. And we're going to pull that out real quick. Let's indent our code a little bit. All right. So now we do this user, very similar to what we did before with other relationships. The only thing that changes in most of this relationship is the way we go in the model and link them and create them. All right. This thing. This is what changes here. This method, depending on this method, okay, we have a different relationship. But here, most of the time, we're gonna always pull them out like this with dynamic properties. All right, this will be the method's name. So user photos as photo. Okay. And now here you can just see this return photo. Right. And let's go and create a route for this. All right. Because we don't even have a route for it. So let's just make sure we have a route for it, guys. And I told you a couple of videos ago that I was gonna go and get a rest. I did not. Just in case some of you are wondering. So user photos and function. Beautiful. There we go. Let's just take that out and paste it in here. That's why my code wasn't indenting before, because PHP Storm is really smart when it comes to indenting. So if it doesn't find the right code, it won't indent it correctly. Okay. So beautiful. Let's go and do this now in the browser. So CMS, and let me just bring that here. User photos. There we go. Beautiful, right? So we found the user's photo there, Edwin JPG. And from that, you can pull out the path of the image, all right? So you know how to do that, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you. That's super simple to do. All you have to do is do this, right? And we can pull out the path. And that's it. Look at that. And there is where you would display the image of that of the user. Now, if the user has had multiple images, you will display multiple images here. Okay, that's what's cool about it. Not only that, but you can also, all right, now pull out the users, the pose images as well. So we can say pose photos, and we find the first pose, and let's just call this pose here. We gotta change this whole thing. We find the first pose, and there we go. So now if we go back here and we just change this piece right here and we say post, now we got the post photos. You see that? That's beautiful, isn't it? Now let's go back and add another picture to post, for example. So I'm gonna insert a different photo for the post. That JPG image ID for the post number 1, and the app the namespace would be, that would be the model right there, app post. All right, enter. Remember that we are making an image for this post right here. All right, so now if I refresh this, well, where is the photo? Right here. Okay, now if I come back, instead of returning, we do the echo, because remember that return only returns one value. So we have to echo it, and make sure that you put a break tag in here. So that way you can have a second line and see this in a very nice way. Enter. And as you can see, this post has two pictures. And of course you can customize this and do it like we did before, like this, and like that. And instead of that, we just, okay. So now we can just say, oops, for post 1 I want all the photos, and for post 2 I want all the photos. Post 2 has no photos, so we don't get any photos there. And we could put a condition there. If post number 2 doesn't have any photos, just say this post has no photos. You see what I mean? And we can do that very easily with Eloquent as well. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture, guys, and it's been a pleasure showing you how to make this happen. And I'll see you in the next lectures, which you are going to enjoy as much as I enjoy teaching them. See you. Bye bye.